here real quick. I mapped out some good stuff for you guys, so I think it'll really, really help, because I know the one thing that is confusing everybody is how all these systems we use talk to each other. So Quan, thank you, sir, for putting this together, dude, and helping us to get this all figured out. Looks like you're.
I'm gonna mute myself because I'm driving, and I'm just gonna watch and listen.
Okay, cool. So it's going to be probably a shorter one, but hey, I've set time aside if you guys got questions. But honestly, it's just about seeing, I think a visual aid is the best way to go to see how these systems talk to each other. And this is very interactive. You guys got questions, please stop me. But I think the two main things we want to discuss are if somebody were to purchase something from you, say a 21-day program, a 6-week challenge, if you're going to do anything like that. That one would be just lead generation, collecting leads. So that is kind of the two scenarios you'll find yourself in as a scenario. I mean, as an owner, and I've kind of mind mapped them out here for you. So I will bring this closer, okay, so that you guys can see this, and we shall go through it. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare 1 second. Now it's too dark. All right. Well, we'll do the best with what we can. All right, there we go. I kind of angled it. Okay. So how do we get traffic? First, let's start there. We get traffic from a Facebook ad. All right, we're running Facebook ads, and that is going to be our #1 driver. Yes, Instagram's growing, but we're not seeing as many people buying services. What I typically see on Instagram is people buying products. Like if you sold leggings or supplements or whatever like that, you could probably do okay on Instagram. Services, not so much. And then YouTube, it's doing decent. Facebook is still going to be the big mamma jamma. So what we want to do is run 2 different types of ads. Okay, so this is Facebook ads up at the top, and then we have lead ads and traffic and conversion ads. Honestly, for you guys beginners with Facebook ads, lead ads are the best to do to get started. They're user friendly. You don't have to set up a lot of steps. As you see here, it's literally 3 steps, and a lead ad is up and running. So when you go into your Facebook ad manager and you click lead generation, that's where you get a lead ad from. Okay, so basically, what you're going to do is click on lead generation, and then you're going to create your ad. So you pick what video or image you want it to have, and then you write your content like, you know, hey, we're grand opening, we're giving away a 6-month membership. Enter your email below to win. It could be just as simple as that. And then when they click the button, a box pops up for them to put name, phone number, and email. So you're collecting their lead generation information without them ever leaving Facebook. And what's great is they auto-populate it with what they signed up for their Facebook account with. So whatever email they use will immediately be in there. And that makes it even easier for the user because they're like, oh, cool, my email's in there, submit, and bam, they're entered to win. So Thad, who was on a previous owners roundtable, completely did his grand opening for Del Rey with lead ad. That's it. Just asked for people to put their info in, and they could win. And I know Quan's running them. He's having a lot of success. It's very user-friendly, guys. Just get in there and click around, and you'll see how easy it is to set up. But here's the scenario. So you run your lead ad, and basically now you need that stuff to go somewhere where you can now reach out to these people and follow up with them. So you got 2 options. If you want the free option, you would use Zapier. And on my last Zoom call, I talked about Zapier. I basically said it's like glue for all the different apps out there. They talk to each other, and it makes software talk to each other that normally wouldn't. So Zapier, you can literally say, hey, Zapier, for every person that opts in on my lead ad, put it on a Google Sheet. And so you just need those columns: first name, last name, phone number, and email. And every person that opts in, it'll start adding rows of people and creating an easy spreadsheet for you and your team to follow up with people. And that is, again, free, because I think Zapier, you can do up to like 3 or 5 zaps for free. You got to get a paid account, which at the end of the day is $20 to do more zaps. But That would be the free option. The non-free option would be if you go FPT, which is Fit Pro Tracker, and that's the lead generation or lead follow-up system that I love. That makes it pretty easy for you and your team to follow up with people. And when people do put their information in your lead ad, you can say, hey, import them into Fit Pro Tracker, and when they do get imported, tag them. So you could say 6-month membership leads, you know, so that way you can keep sense of who's who. You can tag people as VIP members, you can tag people as 6-week challengers, and that way in your system you can kind of categorize all the leads that are in that software. So that's what's cool. So those will be your 2 options, and then literally that's it. You're done. Like, steps complete. It's Google Sheet is free, or have them move into Fit Pro Tracker from your lead ad. And again, Fit Pro Tracker can do that. So it's just you deciding which one you want to do and where you want them to go. That's it. So don't overthink it. Just make a decision and go. One is not better than the other. In all honesty, I've been doing Google Sheets for years. We didn't get Fit Pro Tracker until probably like 6 months ago, and it worked well. No one slipped through the cracks. It was an easy way to follow up with people, and it's just a safe bet. So that is, yes.
Does Fit Pro Tracker communicate with Club Ready?
It doesn't directly, but with Zapier it does. So
okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish, like, if somebody bought something in Club Ready, they immediately be imported into Fit Pro Tracker, but you do have to set up a Zap for that to happen.
Okay.
Question on the chat box. So once it's a Google Sheet from Zapier, I have to manually add to Fit Pro and Club Ready. You don't have to manually add to Fit Pro, and that's one thing I should also mention is you could do both of these. You can say, hey, Zapier, zap it to a spreadsheet and zap it into Fit Pro Tracker. Now, the only reason that that's not necessary is because you're now checking 2 things for the same information. You're having all your numbers and emails on a spreadsheet, and it's in Fit Pro Tracker. Again, if you just want to double up your data, that's fine, but you can zap into both. You don't have to manually do either. And here's the benefit of it being in Fit Pro Tracker is, let's say that list gets bigger and bigger as time goes on. Let's say you start with 20 leads, and then as time goes on, you get to 100 leads, and then you get to 200. You're not going to one-off all those people. You want to mass hit them, and that's what you can do in Fit Pro Tracker. I can say, send this text to all my people who have entered into this 6-month membership giveaway, and it just is very time collapsing. You know, you can save a lot of time. So that's the benefit of Fit Pro Tracker, but yet again, there's a cost behind it. All right. Then as far as putting in Club Ready, yes, you can zap it into there. So I hope that answers your question, Christina. So that's it, guys. And honestly, this side of the board is all you're going to do when you're building your list and you're trying to have a massive list for your grand opening. We talked that in our last Zoom call. We want to get like 800 to 1,000 leads for a grand opening. And you just need to run this very beginner ad and just have these in place, either one or both, for follow-up purposes. That's the only reason you're zapping those things there, okay? And then you can have some sort of color code system if they buy. So let's say you have your 6-month membership giveaway and you're hitting them all with a text saying, hey, we drew our winner. This is our big winner. So-and-so, they won the 6-month, but now we're registering for our grand opening 6-week challenge. And then you're sending them links, and some people are buying. Now maybe you can go into your spreadsheet and you can color them like we did. You color them green if they bought, or they color them red if they said, leave me alone, I'm no longer interested. But you can create a color code system on your Google Sheet. Fit Pro Tracker, the equivalent would be tags. You could tag this person as now a person that moved from the 6-month group to the 6-week challenge group, that, you know, a purchased lead. Then the leads are people who are still not purchased, so you can still hit them with texts and emails and offers. And then, you know, your people said, you know what, on second thought, I'm not interested. Can you take me off your list? There's an unsubscribe list in Fit Pro Tracker, and then they get tagged as that, and that way they don't receive any more future texts. So that's it. You got to see that it's going to flow as time goes on. You're going to move them within your system from one space to the next, okay? So any questions before I move on to a purchase? Because this was the very simple scenario. This is if they are just a lead, they're just giving you contact information, and then the 2 options for following up. Do you guys got any questions on this side of the board at all?
I have a question. Turn it down. I'm sorry. So when I was asking earlier about zapping, so once it zaps to the spreadsheet and then you're saying it could zap to Club Ready, can it also zap to FitPro newsletter so that I can get them to start receiving the newsletters and the weekly workouts and all that kind of stuff?
From my understanding, FitPro newsletter is integrated with Club Ready, and the minute they buy, they will be put into your FitPro newsletter account, and then you design the system from there. Do you want them? Sorry, someone's knocking over here. Do you want them to start getting some sort of autoresponder? Do you want them to get some sort of specific email series, like you said, the Wednesday workout? So FitPro newsletter speaks to Club Ready, and the minute they get put into a certain group on Club Ready, then they get put into that group in FitPro newsletter. So yeah.
But they don't have to buy something to be able to go into FitPro newsletter.
No. So here's the thing about your leads. You could, and this is kind of where things can get tricky. Now, do you duplicate your leads and put them in FitPro Tracker? We choose not to. We just put people who purchase in Club Ready because then it's two systems following up with them, and just two places they could start receiving texts, and then that could create a negative client experience. And then now it's two things you have to check. So we just try to get very clear on who goes where. If you're a lead, you're in our FitPro Tracker system. When you buy, then you go into Club Ready. You don't graduate to Club Ready until you buy something from us. And it's because they have their own follow-up systems built in there. So yeah, you could totally use Club Ready because, like the thing that people say, like, hey, Club Ready, why can't I just use this for all the stuff FitPro Tracker does? Well, the only issue is with their texting service. They can't do mass texting like FitPro Tracker can. It can do more contacts, and it can do more characters, and you can also schedule it at whatever time you want. Club Ready operates in a queue service. So let's say you schedule it to go out today. You have no idea what time it goes out. It can go out between 8 a.m. and I think 8 p.m. It all depends on where you landed in their queue. And so for that reason, I didn't like that. I wanted to be in control of when they go out. And so I went with FitPro Tracker. So yeah, that's the only thing to consider is doing too much follow-up with them from two systems and just you and your team getting confused. Does that make sense, Christina? Or did I confuse you too?
I think so. I'm just trying to follow the path. I mean, what I'm trying to see is once I have a Facebook ad, it goes out. That's just considered my lead gen right now.
Yeah.
So I want it to be zapped directly to FitPro Tracker, and then that's the follow-up system. And if they're in FitPro Tracker, will they also be in the FitPro? Like I have FitPro up right now, like just with the dashboard and the newsletter and everything. Tracker, is that a whole different system?
No, you could totally put them in FitPro newsletter as your way of following up with people. Again, you want to send these people offers in two ways, in the form of text and email. You can email them FitPro Tracker. I could select all my leads that have come in, and I can blast them through FitPro Tracker, or I could put them in FitPro newsletter and I can email them that way. So honestly, they both will get to your client. It's just about, what system's easier for you to use, how, what is easier for you to hit your leads. Either one can work, but yeah, you just got to put them in one place. And I say build what is called the prospect list. Think of the prospect list as the mega list that you're constantly building and making it bigger and bigger as time goes on. Let's say you guys open, you get 600 leads, and 20 of them, or let's say 50 of them buy. So now you have a 550 prospect list. If they bought from you, they should be removed from your prospect list and moved to a different list. It should be put into your 6-week challenge list or into your membership list, but they should not be getting offers for a trial because now they have purchased from you. So they need to graduate off of there. Now let's say they get a 6-week challenge and then they don't continue with the membership. I move them back to the prospect list. I want to go back to sending them offers. Okay. Someone gets a membership and after a few months they quit. I want to put them back on my prospect list, and the prospect list continues to build. Maybe after a year it gets to 1,500, 2,000. And then, I got some gyms where we're 5,000 prospect list. It just keeps growing because you keep doing offers to grow your list, like a 6-month membership or a free 6-week challenge or a free PDF. But that's your big mother list that just keeps getting bigger, and it's just local resident emails, and it should just constantly be growing fast. So yeah, basically the Doesn't Fit Pro Tracker or newsletter integrate with Club Ready every night? It does with one of those. Do you guys know? I think it's Fit Pro newsletter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jay's giving me a yes, and Tatiana's giving me a yes. Yeah, so that you're right on with that, Dina. It does. Club Ready updates with Fit Pro newsletter, I believe, every single night. Yeah. So let's go now, guys, to a purchase. Okay, so a purchase, I built out a different type of ad, because a lead ad, you can't get someone to purchase because they just can put their info in and click submit, and then it brings them back into their Facebook feed. Okay, it doesn't usually take them to, I mean, you could set it up to take it to a website, but normally that doesn't lead as well to sales. So what leads to sales is running a traffic and conversion type of ads. Okay, so a traffic ad is literally you're just trying to send volume to a website, and that's what you tell that ad to do. You say, if people click my button, send them to this website, that is going to be your ClickFunnels link. Okay, when you open up your ClickFunnels that you're sending people to, there's a URL, and you just copy that and you paste it into your traffic ad, and that's where it'll start sending traffic. Okay, so think of it as volume. You're going to get lots and lots of volume going to this website. So yeah, you could make your own version of a lead ad by saying, send them to this website. Then once they get to this website, there's an offer to enter for a 6-month giveaway. And then they hit their button, and then they've opted in. But it's more steps, and that's why I think the lead ad works better, because it's less steps. I'm opting in from Facebook, not clicking to a website and then opting in. Every step you add that your purchaser has to go through reduces your conversions. You want to have as minimal steps as possible. So that's why if I'm sending them to a website, I just want to have them try to buy. I don't want to collect their info and then send them texts and emails and try to get them to buy, because I'm making it a very long, drawn-out sales process. Okay. So the other one, conversion, this one's probably a little too advanced for you guys. I won't mess with it until maybe you can hire an ad agency or you get more well-rounded with ads. Some of you guys have had digital marketing experience. Conversion is where you're retargeting people, where you pixel them and it chases them around the internet. And we always say, if you were shopping for something on Amazon and then you decided not to buy it, then you go to your favorite, news website or a blog website, and you see it on the side on a banner, or it's in the middle of your feed. It means you got pixels, you got retargeted, and that stuff is chasing around the internet, and it'll probably do so for a good 2 to 7 days. So that's kind of advanced. It does help with more sales, but it's a lot of work. And if you guys don't have any ad experience, do not mess with it, because there's a lot more steps. It's a lot more work to do. You can totally have a massive grand opening just between lead ads and traffic ads. Okay, this is after you've been open a while and you have to add some more layers to your marketing, because maybe people are desensitized to your offers, or maybe you just been open a while. You just need to do these little strategies to get more sales. Okay, so they go to your ClickFunnels. I'm gonna try to move my screen here, so guys. So they would start at that traffic ad on Facebook, and then they would go to your ClickFunnels. So again, 2 options. They can it could be sent to an opt-in funnel, like again, free a 6-month membership or a free 6-week challenge, or it could be register for our challenge or register for our charter membership. What I recommend you do is that you still have an opt-in on the first page. That way, if they get to the order form and they bounce, you still have their contact information. So just because we're not treating it only as an opt-in, we don't want to not get that information. We still want to get name, phone number, email on the first page, and then the second page we want to collect their payment information. And if you guys want to see an example, I could send you to my 6-week challenge I'm running right now. Actually, ads went up today. We're going to run it for 3 weeks. So if you go to altalomafitnesschallenge.com, okay, ALTA, Alta Loma, LOMA, fitnesschallenge.com. You'll see my funnel, and it has an opt-in on it, but the next page is paying for it. It's the order form. But that way you can see what I mean when I'm talking about this, that I still want to get name, phone number, email, because it will zap to a spreadsheet. And if this person that we see on our spreadsheet did not purchase, we consider them a lead to follow up with. So you kind of, you categorize who bought and who didn't based off of those opt-ins. Do you have a question?
Dustin?
Yep.
Yeah, the purchase that you just spoke about from the ClickFunnels, is that a Club Ready HTML? Is it? Yeah. Okay. So that'll force them to create a profile and make the purchase right there, right?
And again, if you guys want to see it, be my guest. I'll just give our admin a heads up that there's going to be a bunch of bogus emails coming through. But like, put your name like dustintest@gmail.com so you can opt in and see the other page. But the second page, the Club Ready is integrated into the page, so you can see it it's like it looks nice and smooth, and then they buy, and then yes, they're right into Club Ready for you. Normally on ClickFunnels we pay with Stripe, but that sucks because they don't give you their credit card, and then you got to ask it for them again at the facility if you bill weekly or if you're trying to move them to membership. So yeah, Club Ready is the way to go. And
so real quick, to piggyback on that, obviously the end goal is to get them into Club Ready so they can make a purchase. If they're over on the other side, the lead ad, and they don't win the 6 month and you're following up either text, call, are you having to manually enter them into Club Ready if you're on the phone with them or something, or does Club Ready have a link to like create a profile?
Yeah, you should, with every sales package in your Club Ready, it has a link.
Okay.
That's what I put in the embed on the second page, and you can literally just send that to people. But we're going straight for the kill. Like literally when they open it, it's name, the credit card number, shipping address, all that. So you got to hit them with some sort of urgency. Like, hey, could you just fill out this registration page real quick because I only got 5 spots left and then I'm shutting it down. Or our prices are going up in 3 days and I don't want you to miss out. But people open it up, the first thing they think is, oh man, this sucks. I got to spend money. So we need to put some sort of urgency attached to make them stop whatever they're doing and pay right now. If you're just like, oh, if you're interested, cool, here's a registration, fill it out whenever you get a chance. Don't expect a sale. You got to have urgency on every time you text somebody. And then you got to follow up with them. If they don't fill it out within, I'd say 5 or 10 minutes, hey, did you get a chance to do that? I just had another sale come through. They're going fast, but you got to stay on top of people these days, okay? The money is in the follow-up is what we say. All right, so let's go through 2 scenarios. I color-coded them, all right? So they go to your ClickFunnels, and either they purchase or they don't purchase, okay? Let's start with not purchase. They don't purchase. They can have their stuff zapped to a Google Sheet, and then when I say stuff, I mean their name, phone number, email, or you can have it put into FitPro Tracker, all right? So that is the scenario of a non-purchase. Very similar to the lead ad, all right? They don't purchase, Google Sheet, and FitPro Tracker. That's where we put them, and it's just to double up and to make sure that they are, that it's refreshing correctly, that FitPro Tracker has all of our leads. We don't want anybody to slip through the cracks. And now the admins know if they see that person get zapped on the sheet and they did not see a purchase come through with that person's name, they're a lead. I need to follow up with them, and I need to do it quickly. Every minute that ticks by that I don't see a purchase coming under their name, we're losing the sale. So I got to stay on top of them. So that would be a non-purchase, okay? So they just consider them a lead. They came in through your traffic funnel, but they abandoned their cart. They got busy. They were like typing in their credit card, and their kid started yelling. You just don't know what's going on in people's lives. So just understand that people get caught up right when they're in the checkout phase. So let's go through the happy scenario. They purchase, all right? So that's the blue here. So they purchase, then still they go into your Google Sheet and FitPro Tracker, but maybe you color code them differently. Maybe you color code them green if they're a purchase. And then FPT, you color code them as a 6-week challenge person. And then they go into your Club Ready automatically because they the integration shows Club Ready on the second page, the embedded checkout form. So that would be the breakdown between the two. All right. So everybody follow there. Purchase, non-purchase. They both go on a Google Sheet. They both go into FitPro Tracker if you signed up for that, and only the purchase will show in Club Ready. The non-purchase will not, and that's for obvious reasons. They didn't purchase. So that is the flow of those systems. Like I said, the only thing that I didn't put on there was FitPro newsletter, but we did discuss that if they're in Club Ready, they did purchase, then that means they're in there. So let me see. Last time I tried to do this, my internet was running really slow. Let me see if I can share with you guys my screen, if I can get this puppy to open. All right, so we're on ClickFunnels. So you guys went to this website, If this is out the Loma, it could be another gym. But this is the first page of the funnel. Come on, work for me today. Wow.
Dustin,
Yes.
I have a quick question. So, I've been putting all of my leads into FitPro newsletter, and then it automatically integrates with Club Ready. So would you recommend, I haven't looked at the FitPro tracker yet, and it almost sounds like I need to do that. How do I stop the FitPro from integrating with my Club Ready so that they don't get double?
Yeah. There's honestly no harm behind them being in both. And think about it this way: FitPro newsletter has some great automatic automations built in it for nurturing a prospect. I wrote my own inside of FitPro tracker, and so we have those. But FitPro newsletter, again, you guys are just getting started. Don't task yourself with all this stuff. These are little upgrades you can add down the road. So use FitPro newsletters automations. Honestly, the only thing you should use FitPro tracker for is follow-up. It is the best follow-up system out there. And especially if you're gonna get high volumes of leads, that's what it's there for. So you can mass text all of your leads and mass email them all from one place, and you can have them categorized. That is gonna be the best thing for you to do, right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then as far as FitPro newsletter, the benefit there, and this happens in FitPro tracker too, is you can create different lists. And so the main list you should have is your big prospect list, your client, we call them VIP client list. That's anybody on a membership. And then your 3 main trial lengths. So I say 21-day trial, 28-day trial, and then a 6-week trial. And so if you have those 5 lists in your FitPro newsletter, you're good. And if you have those 5 tags, I think they call them in FitPro tracker, you're good, because they're going to typically fall under one of those categories. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. Question came in from Dan. Do you add all leads on your prospect list to FP newsletter? Yes, we do. We have all of our leads in FitPro newsletter. And again, FitPro tracker, I guess this is something I can clear up. We only follow up with them on a 7x2 model, which is for 7 days, twice a day, AM, PM Monday, AM, PM Tuesday, for 7 days. If they have completely not responded to anything, we mark them as somebody that's not interested. They're no longer a hot lead. And now they would just live on our prospect list, and they would get pitches and offers throughout the year, but probably not as frequently as a 7x2, because that's aggressive follow-up. So that is like you kind of moving them from saying a hot lead in your FitPro tracker, following up with them for 7 days, and moving them into like a lifelong lead where they would get email offers from you in your FitPro newsletter. So I guess that's another system I should clear up with you guys.
And that's all done manually?
Yes. Right now, I wish there was a way for the system to recognize we have completed our 7x2, now move them. But it's kind of like an end of week thing that admins do every Friday. They look at who they have not heard from, and they move them to FitPro newsletter, and they untag them in FitPro tracker. Dina asked, what are the 5 in FPT again? It's prospects, VIP clients, 21-day trials, 28-day trials, 6-week challenge trials. And then I guess if I were to add a 6th one, it would just be like leads or hot leads. Prospects would be the list that just continues to grow and get bigger over time. The hot leads are the people that are coming in recently in the last 7 to 14 days that were in hardcore follow-up mode. And then they graduate to the prospects list if they don't buy anything. If they do buy something, they move to the other list, the 28, or 6 week. So that's pretty much it. Cool. So was this helpful? Did you guys kind of get a little bit more clear on how things flow and how these systems talk to each other?
Dustin, was that in FitPro Tracker or FitPro Newsletter? I'm sorry, those 5.
Honestly, those will be in both. I probably will make a leads email list and FitPro newsletter because it's not really a follow-up system. I would just have prospects, VIPs, and then those 3 styles. But the leads I would have in FitPro Tracker. Yeah. So I guess there'd be 6 in FitPro Tracker and 5 in FitPro Newsletter. Yeah, so sorry guys, I tried to share this ClickFunnels. I don't know if I got slow freaking internet. Maybe I'll try to do it again over just a self-recorded video, and then I'll have that posted in the new orders group so you guys can see how it flows. But yeah, I definitely think once you've the best learning lesson, honestly, is to just live through a promotion and see how your clients flow through everything. But it'd be obviously best if you plan it out in advance. You don't want to be like caught off guard and being reactive. You want to say, how do I want people to move through my systems, and what do I want them to experience? What email do they get? What text do they get? What is their experience as they move through my system? And so that's kind of what we want to lay out. And so that's where all these systems come together, is really just in the very beginning when you're collecting these leads. From that point forward, they should only hear from you in either Club Ready or FitPro Tracker. These other things that we're using, like Facebook ads, like ClickFunnels, your clients don't really ever see them again after they come on board. It's just your outward facing new client technology. Once they're within your walls, you can shout stuff out the end of the sessions, you can put signs up, you can text your clients, and they're probably not going to get hammered very hard. We hit them usually 4 times a year for our 4 major challenges to sell them something. Otherwise, it just might be announcements like, hey, don't forget our big barbecue is on this day, or our beach boot camp is on that day. But they're not usually going to be getting hit as much. All this stuff is for attracting new people and getting them to the door. Okay, I got a question. Did you build separate websites besides the sites that were provided? We didn't build a website. We just built what's called a landing page. And the difference is a website has multiple buttons at the top, about us, contact us, programs. A landing page, you land on it, and there's usually a big headline and a bunch of sales copy that sells you one thing. It's a lot more clear than a website, because people can get lost and just start going down rabbit holes on websites. And that's why I think you see more businesses go towards landing pages these days. Landing page tells you about one thing. Like you go to that LBD, you don't know, there's nothing about me and what we're going to be running in the fall and what we've done in the past. This is our 6-week challenge starting this date. Are you in or are you out? So I have not built any websites to answer your question. I just build landing pages based on what promotion we're running. And landing pages are built in ClickFunnels. That's the main reason we get on it, is whatever promotion we're going to push, you build a landing page for it. And HQ provides quite a few. Owners share with each other a bunch of their landing pages, and your ClickFunnels account should be nice and full with a lot of different funnels to run. You just pick one, and then you promote the heck out of it and drive all your traffic there. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Any other questions? Just wanted to try to clear this up with you guys, because I know this was a big sticking point for a lot of people just seeing this. So hopefully this visual aid helped. But I think that is all I have to go over. If you guys got any questions, feel free to DM me. And like I said, I'll just do a quick screen flow of the 3 pages on my landing page. The sales page is where you sell people and try to get them to put in their contact info. Second page is the order form, and that's a Club Ready embedded page. And the third one is usually just a simple thank you, just saying, hey, you signed up, thank you, this is what you can expect to receive, this is the data orientation or whatever you want to, materials you want to give them, maybe a meal plan, you can tell them to download the app, but some sort of marching orders, because usually people buy, they're excited to do something. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. All right, well, I guess I'll get out of here. If you guys got any questions, DM me. Thank you again, Kwanzu, for organizing this, brother, last minute. I know it's going to help a lot of people.
Thanks, Dustin. Once again, thank you for your help.
Yeah, appreciate it.
No problem, guys. My pleasure. Have an awesome Monday. Rock on.
All right.